Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Destiawati Syaharani Rahayu. I'm from English Language Education Study Program. In this video, I will tell you about acoustic phonetic. Happy watching! What is acoustic phonetic? Acoustic phonetic is the study of the physical properties of speech and aims to analyze sound wave signal that occur within speech through varying frequencies, amplitudes, and duration. One way we can analyze the acoustic properties of speech sound is through looking at a waveform. Pressure change can be plotted on a waveform, which highlights the air particles being compressed and rarefied, creating sound waves that spread outwards. A tuning fork being struck can provide an example of the pressure fluctuation in the air and how the air particle oscillates when we perceive sound. Frequency is usually expressed in hertz. Analyzing the amplitude of a waveform tells us how instant or loud the sound is and how much the air particle deviates. It is conventionally expressed in decibels. The x-axis on the waveform corresponds to the time frame in which the sound was produced, usually in seconds or milliseconds, and the y-axis represents the amplitude. Sine waves are waveforms that have very simple, regular, repeating patterns. The number of cycles in the waveform, the number of complete repetition in the period waveform reflect the number of times the vocal folds have opened within the time frame displayed. In reality, most speech sound waves have a rather complex pattern and are known as complex waves. Sine and complex waveforms are periodic, meaning their cycles are regular and repetitive. The type of speech sound that would appear as a periodic sound wave are voice sound, such as vowel or nasal. On the other hand, speech sound can also be aperiodic when analyzing them acoustically. This means that they do not have a regular repeating pattern, rather, they have a very random pattern, meaning that a fundamental frequency cannot be calculated. Another way to analyze a sound acoustically is through looking at spectrogram. They provide much more complex information than what we can see on a waveform. Similarly to waveforms, time is placed on the x-axis but the y-axis measures the frequency of the sound. Amplitude is represented by the darkness in the acoustic energy. Transients are a form of a periodic sound. It is a sound that builds up pressure behind a closure and then has a sudden burst or release which show up as a spike on a waveform. Continuous sounds are another form appreciably. Unlike a voice vowel sound, this would show up as an irregular, random pattern on the waveform. On the spectrogram, this would be represented by high-frequency acoustic energy, which is dark and instant and therefore has high amplitude. Voicing on a spectrogram, as established earlier, voice sound are periodic signal. A fundamental frequency can be calculated due to the regular opening of the vocal folds as they vibrate. On a waveform, this would be highlighted by a periodic sound wave. Alright everyone, thank you for watching. I'm so sorry for my mispronunciation and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.